Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new match review here on the channel. My name is James, and today we're going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about Reading's 1-0 win over Derby County. That's right, at the Select Car Leeson Stadium. There was no protest, but instead it was all joy as Reading Football Club defeated Derby by 1-0. Going into the game, I really did think Reading were going to get beat. With a win today, Derby could have went top of the table, but instead came away with no points. Now, in terms of the starting 11 that started for Reading today, David Button started in goal. We had an unchanged back four with Jarrell Dorset, Tom Holmes, Tyler Bindon and Andy Yeardon playing at the back. There was a change in defensive midfielders as Charlie Savage came in for Michael Craig. Harvey Nibbs and Lewis Wing played in the centre of midfield with Femi Aziz and Paul Mukairu playing out wide, and finally Sam Smith was the sole striker. Now, in terms of individual performances, I've got to say the addition of Charlie Savage today was a good one by Ruben Selles. Savage brung something that was a little bit different to what Michael Craig does. With Craig, he offers more of a defensive shape, whereas with Charlie Savage, he offers a little bit more going forward, and we saw that in this fixture. Derby, sometimes the midfield was a little bit exposed, but at the same time, I feel like they were having to focus a lot more on Reading attacking compared to obviously one midfielder sitting back a little bit more deeper. I thought there was really good games today by Femi Aziz. I thought Sam Smith, despite not scoring, did really well with his hold-up play, and Paul Mukairu obviously got himself a goal as well. I thought the centre-back pairing of Tyler Bindon and Tom Holmes looked a lot more comfortable together than they did against Wigan, so I thought they had a really solid game. And David Button as well, with his time wasted and his game management, had a good game. Clean sheet as well for Reading, second one in a couple of weeks, so not too bad in terms of keeping a clean sheet, but yeah, fantastic result either way to get the win. The first half, Reading went closest first, Andy Yeardon hitting the post. Reading kind of controlled the first half, I thought, a little bit well. I thought the first 15 minutes Reading were the better side. Derby then started to come back into the game, and towards the end of the first half, Reading started to come back into it again. Second half, though, I thought Reading were a lot more comfortable, and I thought they were definitely the better of the two sides. If I'm honest, I thought a score draw in the first half was probably the correct result, but the second half, I thought Reading were definitely the better of the two teams. In terms of chances created, definitely went more to Reading, and I thought the ball was definitely more up in Derby's end of the pitch. In terms of chances for Derby, though, they did hit the post in the first half. I think it was Conor Hurahan who had a shot from outside the box. But apart from that, in the second half, not really massive amounts of chances. Corey Blackett-Taylor came off the bench for what I think was his debut. He went close-ish with a shot that just went wide. But apart from that, Derby really struggled to create anything against this Reading side. And defensively, I thought Reading were really solid. Now, Amadou Mbengu was lucky not to get himself sent off. Two quick potential yellow cards. Saw him nearly get a red, but luckily just one yellow card was shown to him. After that, he did calm himself down a little bit, so that was good to see, but still doesn't strengthen the case that I say that he's a good athlete and not a great football player. In terms of people that came off the bench, obviously, as we said, Amadou Mbengu. We also saw Michael Craig, Clinton Mola, Kelvin Ehibachiman and Tom McIntyre come off the bench. I thought Clinton Mola looked quite solid for the minutes that he played, and I thought he did quite well. Now, in terms of the second half, though, obviously we need to speak about the goal that Reading scored. It's some good work. I think it was down the right-hand side. The ball came across. It was a couple of deflections. There was like a save from the goalkeeper, and Paul Mukairu put the ball into the back of the net and made it 1-0 to Reading, and an absolutely fantastic celebration to see it off as well. A cartwheel and a backflip. He did it against Exeter in the 9-0, and he's done it again here against Derby County. In terms of people for Derby who I thought were quite poor today, if I'm being completely honest, I thought the right back, I think it's Wilson for Derby, had a really poor game. I thought down that left-hand side, Reading were always getting the better of him. And in terms of the Derby team as a whole, there was a lot of dives going on and, you know, a lot of contact that was never there, and Derby were going down. The ref saw through it, luckily, but pretty poor, I thought, from Derby overall. In terms of the referee performance, didn't think the ref was too good either, if I'm being completely honest. But look, it's EFL refs, what are we going to expect? Every EFL team are going to complain about the ref on their side either way. And yeah, it's just a continuous cycle that we say every single week. In terms of the statistics, though, for this game, Reading came away with 12 shots, 2 on target, 42% possession for Reading. Derby obviously having 58% possession, 11 shots and none on target in this game. So that was your key to victory for Reading in this game. The defensive shape of Reading able to hold Derby off and obviously let them have no shots on target. Now, what does this do for the league table? Well, unfortunately, Exeter won their game today, so we're still 4 points behind them for now. Reading, though, now are 4 points behind Shrewsbury, and there's actually only 5 points separating 14th and Reading, so just a couple of wins on the bounce could see Reading climb high up the table, but we're only one Die Young mistake away from having points deducted. Derby as well sitting in 4th now. Could have went top of the league today, but didn't capitalise on it. Old Reading got the win over them. Saw a lot of Derby fans on Twitter saying, "Oh, don't invade the pitch today, don't invade the pitch today." Bet they wish we did now. That's going to be it for this one today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. It was lovely to get 3 points over Derby. Thanks for watching. I've been James. We'll see you in the next video soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.